me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued because of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, you wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, yeah.
Okay.
Better call the moves. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof.
Welcome to the Fray Flak Pack. It's Termex here, and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 build video. Today, I'm excited to show you guys my flak Stagecoach Maliwan Murderer build. And that's what I'm probably going to call it right now, but the title may have a different name. But that's what I'm going to call this build because I finally discovered the 25x Stagecoach shotgun. And I didn't know what the hype was around. I thought the shotgun was just a normal shotgun and it did a little bit more damage than other shotguns. But no, this thing is, I believe, flak's best weapon in the game, hands down. I think this is like the perfect way to play flak, the perfect way to do Maliwan Takedown solo with him. And I'm excited to show you guys the build for it today. Now, I got to give credit where it's due. I did look up videos beforehand to see if anyone did anything similar. And I did come across a video, I think it's called like the Game Boy flak build or the Gun Boy flak build. I'll probably put it on screen right now. I didn't want to copy that build entirely. I want to try to put my own twist on that build, so before I get attacked about that, this is my own way of that build working. Alright, so popping into our orange skill tree, we're going to be putting 5 out of 5 into Interplanetary Stalker, just so you guys get the extra damage and all that good stuff you already know. Leave no trace, we're going to put 3 out of 3 into this, just because with the Jacob shotgun that we are using over here, we are going to have 25 pellets shooting every time we shoot. And having leave no trace means each pellet has a 36% chance to return a bullet back. And since we only get 2 shots, we're going to need that advantage with the gun itself. And it's so that we don't have to reload as much, and it's a very good thing to have on it. Very good synergy. 5 out of 5 in a Hunter's Eye, just because Second Intention really has no use, because we only shoot like, you know, a Jacob shotgun and it has infinite fire rate basically. So extra bonuses to our fire rate aren't going to really benefit us too much. And as for Ambush Predator, I never really enjoyed this perk because it's unreliable. It's not very good in every situation. Plus you're using a shotgun, so there's always going to be enemies nearby, so this is kind of a useless perk for our build. Over to Two Fang, I was going to put things into Two Fang, but I needed points for the green tree over here to get what I wanted. But I'm going to be putting 3 out of 3 into Big Game. It is boosted 6 out of 3 because of my class mod, which is amazing. And over at 3 out of 3, the most dangerous game, whenever I kill a badass, you get all the critical hit, gun damage, and all that good stuff. That duration is almost doubled. Yeah, it is actually doubled by Big Game. 1 out of 1 into Galactic Shadow, so we gain an increased 15% critical hit damage, and enemies are less likely to attack us, but like I always say, I never really notice that. 2 out of 5 into Grim Harvest, just so we can get down into Megavore, so we can get that critical hit chance without fadeaway, and so we can get our head count proc to go a little bit faster. I forgot to mention 3 out of 3 into head count. Sorry about that. That's a big part of this build, so we're always within our fadeaway. Speaking of fadeaway, it's time to go into the Stalker Tree. Now, I was going to put him into Sikkim just because of the increased damage of the pet, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just get for more health in the self-repairing systems, more max health, more health regeneration. 5 out of 5 in a Furious Attack, so when we shoot an enemy, we gain a bunch of bonuses. I only put 1 point into all my BFFs. I was going to put it over to Eager Impress, but Eager Impress, there's no point to have it if we already have head count. Now we put 1 into Lick the Wounds. Like I always say, get the damn perk if you're playing solo, because it is a great perk in the Maliwan Takedown as well, so your pet can revive you. 3 out of 3 in a Turn Tail and Run, so if we stand still, we get more gun damage. The fire rate does not really affect this build. And when we're moving, we get reduced damage dealt to us and greater health regeneration, which is great for survivability. 5 out of 5 in a Hidden Machine. This is the first build I actually had 5 out of 5 into this perk, but this is so every time we're in fadeaway, we get a 30% boost in damage. And over in the Fast and the Furious, we're going to put our last 2 points. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a class mod that boosts this points and also got the perks I wanted. So unfortunately, it's only 2 out of 3, but that is completely fine. As for your fadeaway, you have 2 different setups to go off of here. You can do fadeaway along with Not My Circus and Unblinking Eye. This will make it so your pet is targeted and you get a guaranteed chance on that Hidden Machine perk. Or you guys can do fadeaway, unblinking eye, and until you are dead, so you get the movement speed and health regeneration to be more tanky. If you find yourself going down a lot with this build, put on until you are dead. If you're pretty good at staying alive, put on Not My Circus. As for pets, always personal preference in my opinion, but I went over with the movement speed and maximum health for more survivability because this build severely lacks it. This is more of a glass cannon build, but here is my Guardian rank over here, 304. We're not using any of these perks to really add on to what we're doing with this build, but all of these perks are definitely useful. And if you're a new player, I recommend speccing into the Enforcer tree first, which is all these perks right here. Alright, over into our gear. Our gear is kind of, here's the thing. Before we get into the Stagecoach, this is kind of a weird gun to get. I do not know the dedicated drop location, but this is how I farmed it. Use a Jacob's weapon as much as you can, because they can send you a Stagecoach in the mail. Granted, it might not be anointed, but it could be sent in the mail. It could be dropped from chests. Tyrene drops shotguns quite frequently, and so does Grave Ward. He drops a lot of shotguns frequently. Me personally, I kept farming Tyrene, and then I opened the 4 chests in the back. That's how I got my first Stagecoach. It was a blue, but I did get the Stagecoach from there. But if you want to get the purple Stagecoach, I actually got this from the Maliwan Takedown drops. I know, a takedown build where you get this from. But that's not the only place you can get it. You can also, if you want to do it, you could farm Grave Ward. He could drop a shotgun and then travel into the vaults and open up the chest. You can get shotguns from that as well because there's 4 chests in there. But there's many different ways you can get this shotgun. If you guys want me to make a file save of this shotgun for you PC players, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I could do that for you guys. But anyway, you're going to start off with the Stagecoach. Very good gun. Very amazing for damage. And now you're going to try out the Brainstormer. This is one of the best Brainstormer drops I have gotten so far, I believe. And what it basically does is, if you've seen my Brainstormer Mara build, it chains to other enemies, and it does a bunch of shock damage. But now that we have flak, when we do this, it's going to proc our head count perk, and we're going to get fadeaway back even faster than we need it. Now, you don't need this necessarily, but for the takedown build, I would say you need this, because if you miss out on your shots with the Stagecoach, you can get your fadeaway back instantly, so you're not out there dying in the takedown halfway through. But definitely grab yourself a Brainstormer. Anointment is not needed. Over into the shield, I got the Stopgap with a Corrosive Anointment. Now, the Corrosive Anointment is one of those things where on your action skill end, you're going to deal bonus corrosive damage, obviously. But if you can't have 2 of the same one. So if I had corrosive damage on my shield and my grenade, it would only be 50%. It wouldn't stack. So I only have it on my shield. As for my grenade, I have, when I throw a grenade, I gain increased skill damage, grenade damage, and weapon damage for 6 seconds, 25% bonus. But back to the Stopgap over here, this is very good because when your shield breaks, you're immune to damage for a short while. And it has the bullet absorption proc and the recharge rate proc, which is very useful for survivability. As you see, this build has a lot of survivability perks to it. Over to your relic, you can really do whatever you want. Now, I don't have any amazing shotgun relics myself. I have this one right here, but it is not a snowdrift, and I personally prefer the snowdrift. Now, you don't need the snowdrift, obviously, but I'm just so used to playing with it that I kind of need it at this point. But when it comes to the relic, you want to look for magazine size, and I'll show you guys why in a minute, but definitely go for magazine size with your relic. Nothing else really matters. And as for your class mod, Cosmic Stalker is most likely the best way to go because it increases your hunt skill powers, and you're going to be getting bonus to all your orange perks. Now, I did try this with multiple class mods. I tried it with Bounty Hunter. And Bounty Hunter made the crits proc a lot more frequently. And the Jacob's critical hit damage with this one was actually really nice. I would recommend the Bounty Hunter mod if you're killing bosses. If you're purely killing bosses, put on the Bounty Hunter mod. It is a great thing to have. If you're running around just trying to have fun and do Maliwan Takedown or all that good stuff, do the Cosmic Stalker. But my recommendation is go through the takedown with the Cosmic Stalker mod. When you get to Wotan, put on the Bounty Hunter mod, so you're getting those bonuses, and you're getting that extra damage. Now, unfortunately, I got sniper rifle damage instead of Jacob's, shotgun damage, but I do have Jacob's crit, which definitely counts towards the shotgun, which is really good for Wotan. but for mobbing, this one is a lot better, so we have our hunt skills and all that good stuff. I do have a subscriber in my Discord that actually put a whole list of where to get each one of these mods. If you want to join the Discord, the link is in the description below if you're interested in that, or if you just want to support the channel. But now that I showed you guys all of this good stuff, all the gear, time to go into some gameplay. Now the gameplay on your screen is going to be gameplay from the Maliwan Takedown. Yes, the Maliwan Takedown, because a lot of people have been saying I'm sick of YouTubers that only do builds on weak enemies. Well, no more. We're going to be doing builds on the actual endgame stuff so you guys can see how it performs. And I think it performs well. All my other builds have performed very well in the Maliwan Takedown environment, even in the slaughter shafts. But I just never showed a gameplay of it, which is kind of bad on my part. But I just wanted to show you guys how it was on an everyday situation, because not many people like to only farm to takedown and they want to see how it is outside of it. But this build is definitely in the takedown, and it definitely sweeps through it. Now you can see on some parts with the Brainstormer, you can see when I have no action skill meter left, I just pop out the Brainstormer, get all those critical hit chains, and I have my fadeaway back basically instantly, which is kind of like, it's just an amazing thing to have. And doing this makes it so our survivability increases, our damage increases, and we're going to be getting buffs from overkill if we get a kill with the Brainstormer. Not a big part of the build, but it does help. But regardless, let's look over at the Valkyrie Fight. The Valkyrie Fight's actually a really fun fight. When I was in it the first time, I kind of messed up with my Brainstormer shot, but it was completely fine, I guess. But as we were in, well, as I was in there, I was fighting, and I realized that the Brainstormer melts normal mobs pretty quickly, and that's what I use for the normal mobs. But when it came to like the Valkyries and all of them, I just switched to my Stagecoach most of the time and just sprayed at them. Now, there is a downside. If you miss your Stagecoach shots, Leave No Trace is going to have no effect, obviously. Hit your shots with the Stagecoach, and you'll be able to shoot it as much as possible. But eventually, after about 2 to 3 minutes in that area, I wouldn't even say it was that long. I say I stayed in that area for probably less than 2 minutes. The Valkyries were done. It was fun. And overall, I had a lot of fun playing with this build, because this is the first build I really had where when I play with flak, it feels almost too easy at times. Now, not a lot of people like these type of builds where it's like easy mode, but I think it's a very fun thing to go with, where if you're having troubles with some area and you just want a build that kills everything, this is probably the build for you. The only person I have had problems with this build is armored enemies. Like, some armored enemies will reflect your bullets back at you, which is kind of weird. I mean, it makes sense, but that's like the only weakness of this build. Ammo, of course, is another weakness. I swear, ammo is a weakness in like every build I make, to be 100% honest with you. But there's ammo everywhere. You could pick up ammo, and it gives you a reason to open up those crates for your challenges if you're into that. But yeah, it has inspiration from the Gunboy build, which I will link that video in the description, because I don't want people to think I'm milking his video for content. I just made my own twist of the build and a more general audience, I guess you could say, part of the build. You can go check out that build if you want to as well. He shows a very good way of using the Scourge, I believe, during the Maliwan Takedown, and it's actually really cool. But that'll be all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you want to support what I do here. And if you want to join that Flak Pack Discord, the link is in the description below. Thank you guys so much again for all the support recently. I hope you guys have fun with the build. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you guys later.